Hey friends, Karen Basket DIYer here. All right, you guys, I am so excited to show you today's tutorial. Yes, it's another beach tumbler, but it is by far my most favorite and I think the most beautiful beach tumbler that I have ever made. So if you are new here, welcome. If you are a regular, thanks so much for coming back. All right. So I drop tumbler tutorials every Sunday at 6 a.m. My schedule recently changed, so you might hear me saying in some of my past videos Sundays and Thursdays, but as of right now, Sundays 6 a.m. tumbler tutorials. Okay, so here it is. You guys, check this out. Oh my wow, I am so in love with this. I think it turned out so beautiful. It's going to one of my sweetest and dearest friends' daughter. So that's even more exciting. I'll get to see it on occasion. So anyways, just stay tuned, follow along, and I'll walk you through the steps and show you how I created this one. Okay, so these are the products I'm going to be using to get started with. Flippi'N Awesome paints and the brushes from the Crystalac company. I had already base painted my tumbler. It was prepped and sanded as always, but I base painted it with a nice generous coat of universal white. After that was dry for 4 hours, I grabbed my Flippi'N Awesome paints. This is the Rosie Beige, and as you can see, I just put a little bit on there and then I'm just using my brush to simply smooth it around. Next, I grabbed the Totally Teal and just created a little ombre belt around there. The key to doing this for me is constantly keep my tumbler spinning. Next, I moved on to the Midnight Blue. If you'll notice, I used the same brush for both blues. And then I used a separate brush for the Rosie Beige. So once I got this nice and ombre'd, you know, it just takes a little bit of trial and error, just kind of spinning the tumbler and blending them. Okay, so my Flippi'N Awesome paints are all nice and dry. This is a second coat. I just went over it with the exact same colors, the Rosie Beige, the Totally Teal, and the Midnight Blue with my brushes, just like I did the first time, just to get some really nice coverage. Now then, I am gonna be using my Champagne Liquid Mica and my Galaxy Liquid Mica, okay? I'm gonna be painting these on. Just gonna dip right in here. Gonna give my brush a little twirl to get some on there. And I'm going right over this Rosie Beige. Just, you know, swirling it up on there, constantly spinning my tumbler to help it fade up into my watercolor. If you get it on here too thick, it'll leave like little trails. So just use your brush lightly. And I'm a big believer in these Crystalac brushes. I really do love them. And that's my sand, and so I'm just trying to give it the appearance of fading, you know, into the water. Okay, now that I've got that on there, I am going to go right into my Galaxy. I don't want quite as much, I don't think, so it's kind of hard to get it on the brush to start with, so I'm gonna just start at the top. Because I want to fade down into that gold, but I don't necessarily want to drag the gold up into my water, okay? This is a really great way to create a beautiful beach ombre without necessarily having to use glitter, because glitter can be difficult. I will be the first to admit that glitter ombres are hard. And I've not ever really made one that I've been just like, oh my word, I love it so much. I mean, I do love all of the ones I've made, but they're hard. So this is just really easy, I think, to do. And so beautiful already. So this just creates just a really beautiful effect. And I am going to bring it down into the gold just a little bit, just so that the same shimmer kind of is still in there. Maybe a little on the bottom. And there you have it, a beautiful shimmery ombre, no glitter whatsoever on here yet. I may put some chunky glitter at the bottom, just in the gold sand area, and then I'll be doing waves. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am in love with this tumbler. And the thing about it is, a friend of mine ordered a tumbler for her daughter, and she was like, I don't care, do whatever you want, do something beachy if you'd like. So I really had free reign with this one, so it has definitely been fun to create. Now let's just hope I don't mess it up. I'm applying a layer of Brite tone now that those micas are dry. And I want to just make sure I get a nice coat all over the whole tumbler, because I'm going to be putting a little bit of gold glitter down there for the sand. I really don't think I'm going to be doing anything up in the top, in the blue area, in the water area. I just want to do gold only for the sand. And then later on, I'll do white waves. Okay. So I'm gonna wipe my hand off really quickly. And then I have got this Golden Oats glitter. It's from Witchcrafts by Bailey. And I'm just gonna dump a little bit into my hand. A lot, actually. And then I'm just gonna gently sprinkle this down around the bottom. Doing it this way gives me better control rather than dumping it straight out of the shaker. Because I don't know about you, but I tend to get a little heavy-handed and out of control. Okay, so that is it. That is all the glitter that I'm going to be putting on this tumbler. I'm going to allow this to dry for 4 hours, and then I'll move on to the waves. Okay, so I got that glitter on there, and then I've already dusted off all the excess glitter. So now that I'm going to be applying the first layer of Brite tone. I did not seal with glitter glue, and I may regret that because I may end up with a little sparkle or two up in the water, but I think that'll be okay. But I'm just using this Brite tone layer as like a sealant for that glitter. And the only reason I didn't do glitter glue is because I just didn't. No other reason than I just didn't. And you don't have to, you can totally do it the way I'm doing it. Not a big deal. Wasn't a whole lot to try to seal up, so it's all good. I did end up doing about 3 layers just to ensure that my glitter layer was totally smooth. And once it was nice and smooth, then I was able to move on to the layer of Brite tone where I add the waves, which you are about to see. So I just put a fairly generous layer of Brite tone on here. You don't want it just dripping off the tumbler because you're going to end up with orange peel, but you want it to be a little thicker than normal so that your waves will be able to flow. Next, I grabbed a little medicine cup and my Brite tone. I added a little bit of Brite tone to my cup and my pure white Flippin' Awesome paint, just a few drops of that, and then a little bit of the silver liquid mica. This step is not totally necessary. I don't know that the shimmer from the liquid mica really showed up very well, but you know, I just wanted to give it a shot. So I mixed that up, and then I just used a popsicle stick to drip the white onto the tumbler and sort of drag it around And you know, this is where I usually totally botch a beach tumbler. I end up putting way too much white on here, but I think I got it just right this time. So I spread it around, kind of up and down like you're seeing with the waves. I used my finger to just kind of move some of those waves around. Once I felt like they were in place pretty well, I grabbed a straw and just started blowing on them to just spread them and give them more of a wavy look, or even clouds. The foam and waves and clouds, it's just whatever, you know, just that beach look. So just blowing that around to create the look, and once you're happy, you can just walk away and allow it to dry for 4 hours. While I was waiting on that to dry, I went ahead and created my decal, which is simply just going to be a name, and the font I used for this is called One Signature. And I'm just using Oracal 651 from Expressions Vinyl. Be sure to check the description below because you will find a $5 off coupon for your first order with Expressions Vinyl. My transfer tape is from HTV Ront, and I really am loving this transfer tape. It seems to hold really well and has good tack. So I just centered it up on my tumbler, trying to decide really which way to go with it, and then I just decided straight and simple, and loving it. Next, I just moved on with my bright tone layers, you know, always allowing 4 hours of dry time between each layer. I did have to do one level sand on the name, and then just continued on with about 5 more layers. And oh my wow, you guys, I think this tumbler is absolutely stunning. Again, I believe this is by far my best beach tumbler yet. Those Crystalac liquid micas, the Flippi'N Awesome paints, the bright tone, everything about it just really turned out so beautiful. I hope you guys love this one as much as I do. I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you think about this one. Drop me a comment below. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, ring the notification bell. And as always, you guys, thanks so much for watching.